Bonsoir, madame, monsieur. I've got to say that because I have a Frenchman in the house tonight. Hi, Remy. How you doing? Nice to see you in the stream. Sorry I couldn't meet up with you. You just got me at the wrong time. It's, I'm going off to Pattaya tomorrow and I've been packing and getting the stream ready and you know what it's like, but hopefully we'll meet up soon. I guess you're going to be around for a while. Welcome to the little bit unusual time of the Sunday night stream. I've brought it forward by an hour. I'm lucky I've got anybody in the stream because I ballsed it up, basically. What I did in the week, I thought I'll do it an hour early, then I can finish an hour, get off an hour earlier and finish packing and everything because I want to go early tomorrow. I'm going on the scooter. It's a bit of a haul down there. Forecast rain as well. It's not even the rainy season. I'll show you a video later of what somebody sent me from Pattaya. So I thought I'll bring it forward an hour. And I changed the thumbnails from 8 o'clock to 7 o'clock, but I forgot to edit it in the actual software that I use, this live stream. And it was getting very, very close. And I thought normally, half an hour, 25 minutes before the stream, I've normally got a dozen people chit-chatting away. I can see them. And there was no one in. I thought, that's strange. And then I got 2 people in. And then luckily I went and edited it. So we're getting a few in now, about 85 people. So it's not all, it didn't end as bad as I thought it was going to. So hopefully we'll have a good stream this evening. Right. Okay. So let's start saying hi to everyone, see who's in. I've already said hi to Hobson's Choice and Paul Hoskin. They were the first 2 in. The Big Johnson, how are you doing? They're my messages. Look, Thailand bound. Aussie Rules, how are you doing? D&E-san, nice to see a few regulars in. 20 Rothmans, it's good to see you in. You disappeared for a while. You were always in the regular streams in the UK when I did them on a Friday and Sunday. Then I didn't see you for a while, and you've been in a couple of streams lately, so it's good to have you back. GC, hi, love from Singapore. Yeah, how you doing, GC? I see you remember now as well. URL, I always get this one wrong. Droid Superbot. How is Peter online when the show hasn't started yet? I'm going to be doing this all the way through, aren't I? I'm going to Patty tomorrow, so I'm an hour earlier. Let me just get the currencies up. They're kind of bounced back a little bit, not too much, but where have they gone? There we are. So you might notice when I'm out and about now, I tend to I do these little clips where I show you what the currency is doing on that particular day. So I'll upload it and I'll just say, February the 21st, here's the rates. It's just to keep people informed because a lot of people coming out here, although it's not the high season officially now, it's still very busy. I think it is anyway, in Bangkok anyway. I'll find out in Pattaya tomorrow. I'm down there for 4 nights. That's the longest I've been down for a long time. Where I've lost my place now. LA Meth Witch, how you doing? Remy, I've said hi to you already, haven't I? Nomya Inspector, how you doing? I preferred your old picture, to be honest with you, with the real coconuts. Wiggler DLT, hi Peter and World. Melbourne loves you. Oh, thank you very much. I love you back. Hobson's Choice, earliest stream suits me tonight as I have to fast for 12 hours as I have my 6 monthly blood checks, hospital tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm going to have one of them. They tell me between 10 and 12 hours, but I generally only fast for about 8 hours. And it seems to be okay. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. I'm always worrying about having a heart attack or something, and I'm always going to the hospital. I'm actually, I'm booked into a hospital to, I'll put them up again later. So what I wanted to do, hi Franco, still going there, still going strong. Is it raining down there, Franco, like it was last night? Just let me know. Franco's in Pattaya at the moment. I'll see. He's coming up to Bangkok tomorrow to see his sons back off on the plane to the UK. Then he's back down to Pattaya. I'll meet him. And I think I'm meeting Rob down there as well, the other Italian guy. So I was just saying, I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. So the one test, I've had everything done, blood, urine, stool, everything has come back great every time. Kidneys, liver, the lot, no problems whatsoever. I even had a hard plaque test. That's to see if there's any plaque in your veins. That came back 0. But the one I really want, and I've really struggled to get it, was the one where they inject the ink into your veins, and then they can actually see if there's any blockages or any of the arteries are closing up. Because I'm in the middle of Bangkok. Cars don't move over for ambulances here, and in the daytime I'm on my own a lot of the time, just editing here. If I keeled over, then I'd probably die. I wouldn't, there'd be nobody to help me. So I think it's very, very important. And what the doctor said to me this week, she says, look, if you've got a slight, if it's, you're not too bad, but there's a little bit of kind of blocking up, as it were, we can put you on some medicine to help clear it. But if it's very bad, then, we'll have to think of other, maybe a stent or something. But I'm not panicking. I'm doing that on the 4th when I get back from Pattaya. And the whole procedure, because I'm going to one of the best hospitals to do it. I'm going to a hospital called Med Park. It's one of the very best hospitals in Bangkok. It's also fairly expensive compared to my regular hospital who don't do this test. For the consultation, I'm going to have a full laboratory test, consultation with a doctor, the ink through the veins, a whole lot. It's about 30,000 bahts, about £500, which is pricey, but it's going to give me peace of mind, because that's the one thing I worry about, is having a heart attack or a stroke. As I say, being a bit of a hypochondriac, but it's a well-known fact. Most people who have strokes, they have them at the age of 65, and guess how old I am in April. So I'll let you know how I get on with that. Anyway, let's catch up with where we were. Doug Grink, how you doing? I'm meeting Doug hopefully on, it'll probably be, I'm going down tomorrow, which is, what's tomorrow? Monday. I'm taking my bike over to One Stop Visa, because they're doing all the change of registration for me. And then probably Wednesday or Thursday, Doug, because I've got a couple of other people to meet as well. But thank you for your offer of breakfast. I'll definitely take you up on that. Look forward to meeting you. Not a Buffalo. How are you doing, Tad? Excuses me. Do you have any grey? I don't know what that is. What is that? Grey paw porn? Lots of emails from you this week. Very interesting, especially about your quality tourists. We say, you must be joking, right? You're definitely joking if you think they're quality tourists. But I don't understand the question. Rob, how you doing? Hopefully, be meeting you. I've told Franco. Well, I haven't told him, but I haven't ordered him. Like, you're coming with me, Franco. I've said to Franco, who's coming back to Bangkok tomorrow, and he's gone back on Tuesday. I said we'll probably meet Rob on Wednesday afternoon, sometime for a coffee or something. And I've told Rob that you'll come along with me. So hopefully, after 5 years, we'll get to meet up this time, Rob. Good to see you in the stream as well. Samat, I can't pronounce that last name, but how you doing, Samat? Good to see you in the stream. Aussie Rose. Right, I'll probably show this again. So let me just, I'll show you. Bear in mind, it's not the rainy season now, right? And it pissed down the other day here in Bangkok. And this is what Franco sent me yesterday. Now, this is Pattaya at about between 7 and 8 o'clock last night. That's pretty brutal stuff, isn't it? So the forecast is rain tonight and rain in the morning. And if I don't want to get, I've got one of those plastic things that roll up to nothing, but let's fingers and toes crossed. Sam, currently in Pattaya, the rain and lightning last night was stunning to watch. Yeah, it's okay if you're in a nice high-rise or hotel and you're looking out to sea. I recorded a lightning storm when I was on Koh Samet. I think I uploaded it as a short. It's not like the UK. You get a crack of lightning for about 2 seconds. That's it. I mean, the whole sky just lights up for kind of 5 seconds, doesn't it? Yeah, it can be good. Christopher Tate, hi Pete, I hope you're well and have had a good week and a good weekend. Busy, Chris, busy, but thanks. Frosty, hi there, greetings from the Netherlands. Just go back to your message there, Chris. So one thing that's pissing me off at the moment is the pollution here in Bangkok. I mean, it's really bad. Look, I was going to leave this till later, but let me show you. I'll read this out. This is just a little story on the pollution, and I'll show you a picture as well because it is really bad. Old school, it's all on a clipboard, you see. Okay, I got just have a look at this. It's unbelievable. People, like when I show pictures like this, people say, "Oh no, he's made it up. His photo touched it," and it's not like this all the time. But this is how bad it can get. So I'm not going out a lot of the time now. And I've taken this from the Tiger. It says Bangkok faces severe air pollution at PM 2.5 levels rise. The Pollution Control Department has issued a warning concerning high PM 2.5 levels across 32 provinces in Thailand, with Bangkok experiencing the most severe pollution. Predictions indicate that PM 2.5 levels in Bangkok and its vicinity are likely to rise in the upcoming week. Nationwide, the measurements range from 8.7 to 63.9 micrograms per cubic meter, surpassing the standard limit of 37.5 in 32 provinces. I mean, it's pretty bad. I've got an air purifier here this is my bedroom. I mean, I'm not really there. I've got an air purifier here, and normally in the daytime, I don't have the aircon on in the daytime. I've got one of these 22-inch wide fans in that room, in the lounge, and in here I've got another fan, and I just walk around with my shorts on, and I leave the windows open and stuff, the balcony door. But honestly, for the last 3 weeks, I've had all the windows closed. I still have the fan on, but it just gets really hot because when you're out, you can actually smell the pollution, And I was I think I mentioned last live stream I did. I was on a friend's balcony on the 22nd floor, and you just look, and it was just like that picture, And it's, there's guys walking around without masks on. I guess they're only visiting Bangkok for a week, 2 weeks. It's not so serious then, is it? Because they're going to go back to their own country and hopefully clear air. But if you live here full time, I read that there was over 30,000 people a year die of respiratory problems here in Thailand. Now, of course, a lot of them will be smokers, asthma. They've got ongoing problems, but that's a lot of people to die of respiratory illnesses and this pollution. If I went out without a mask on, I haven't been to the park for 3 weeks. Used to go to the park every week. I'm up in the gym now. I run on the running machine, lift a few weights. But hopefully, the rain clears it, but then it comes straight back again. Bit depressing, isn't it? Right, Frosty, hi there. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hi, Frosty. GC, how's the hay situation? Well, okay, I've just done that one, haven't I? Mr. Superstar, hello, Peter and viewers. Nomia Inspector again. I kept getting shadow banned and had to make new accounts. It's really weird because some people get banned and I'm not doing anything. Honestly, I've had guys say, "Oh, I haven't done anything. You've banned me," and I don't. YouTube's a funny beast. Franco says the rain stopped. Well, that's good. I have some good weather there. Paul, the bar girls call me the dentist because I'm always asking them to open wide. Okay, Paul. God, you'd win an award for worst joke. Your jokes are actually worse than the jokes I read out in the members stream. David Pipe, no harm done though, Paul. David Pipe, it's not raining down here at the moment. I just showed that clip, David. It was torrential rain last night, wasn't it? You imagine if that happens when I'm on the highway tomorrow. Hobson's choice, cholesterol, triglycerides, urine, kidneys, liver, hopefully be okay. The only one of mine which is a little bit high, Hobson's choice, is a triglycerides. They were at 450, they're now 150. The doctor's trying to bring them down to under 100. If you don't know what triglycerides are, they're little particles of fat that go through your veins. They could kill you. Gulper, that's a new one to me there. Gulper Glenn. Hi, Peter, a newbie from Queensland. Geez, each rate down to 21 baht for Aussie. Crikey, what's going on? Yeah, I think it's all to do with the US dollar, Trump getting in and everything, and the Thai. I'm not going to pretend to be an economist, but the Thai baht is doing quite well at the moment. We've got a shitty government in right now in the UK. I don't expect. I'm surprised it's holding out at 42. I was expecting to be 36 now with, the people we got in. What's her name? Starmer and what's her name? The one from accounts. Bob, how you doing? Bob's off to the UK soon. Hello, Peter and everyone from Sukhumvit. We all know the sinking feeling leaving Thailand on your own, but this trip, my girlfriend has had her UK travel visa approved. Yippee, not easy to do. It's a lot easier to do it in the UK. I did an interview once with David from Thai Legal Protection. They've got an office on Wireless Road. I've done videos with Peter from Thai Legal Protection, but I've also done a video with David, his partner, and David specializes in visas for spouses. And he told me when I did before we did the video, when we were talking, he said to me, it's virtually impossible to get a girl into the States just for a visit for a couple of weeks. He says we don't even try now. It's just about impossible. He said, but at least in the UK, yeah, there's a lot of paperwork and all the rest of it. He said, but you can still take somebody back to the UK for a holiday. So you're lucky you're not in America, Bob, because you probably wouldn't have been able to take her. And talking of taking girls back to the States, I did show this last week, but I'm so happy for Jesse, who's a lot younger than me. This is Jesse. He met his girlfriend here in Thailand a few years ago. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but she was a golf caddy. And I don't know. I didn't know Jesse played golf. I don't know exactly how he met her. But he took her back to the States about a month ago, maybe 2 months now, and they went to Las Vegas and they got married. And congratulations to them. And she looks very happy. He looks very happy. And I do drop him a line every now and again. I say, "How's it going?" Waiting for some news. And he says, "It's going really great." Gee, I'm thirsty today. I had one of those pot noodles, mama, right? What do the Americans call it? They call it something else. The new instant noodles, but they're very salty. I haven't had one of those for months. I'm also going to say a big hi to Peter and Diane who live in, I think they said they live in Portugal now. They're from the UK. They treated me to lunch at Wine Connection. Thank you very much, guys, if you watch this. And as a bonus, I was handed a bottle of Black Label, a nice bottle of Black Label there, which isn't cheap. So I do appreciate that. It was great to meet you two. I know you went on to Vietnam the next day. I hope that was a success. And yeah, hopefully you'll be back in Thailand real soon. I know you'll be back because you, from the email, from the message you sent me. Okay, so nice photo there. Apart from the guy in the white hat, he looks a bit silly, doesn't he? Right, let's go back to what you guys are saying. Hobson's choice. Okay, it's one for Bob there. Nominal inspector. The good thing is you get stuck in a bar. I remember Damien telling me once he went for a massage in Pattaya. I think Damien's in Rayong at the moment, the other moderator, one of the other moderators. And he was telling me he went for a massage with his girlfriend. They would go together for a massage. And he said he was stuck in the reception of the massage for about 3 hours because it was just torrential rain. Not a buffalo again. Laugh out loud. Grey Pawpon is a mustard that pokes fun at French people. Oh, that's not very nice. We got Remy in tonight. Paul Hoskin, there's a new weight loss jab you can take. Would you consider it, Peter? Right, I'll let you into a little secret. I took it for a month. It didn't do anything for me. I went to see the doctor initially. I forget the name of it. It begins with an O. It's like one of those pens that people who've got diabetes have to inject themselves. It cost me 12,000 baht, okay? So what happens, you put it where I put mine in my stomach. I tried putting it in other areas. You give yourself 1/4 milligram of this stuff. Every Monday I did mine. The first time I ever took it, it worked a treat. I didn't, by 6 o'clock when I'm normally starving, I didn't feel like eating anything. I didn't eat until about 10 o'clock at night when I had an apple. Next day, back to normal. I upped the dose to 1/2 milligram, even a full milligram. Just didn't work for me. I didn't go back and get a second pen. I just do it naturally now. I mean, I'm not losing weight at the moment, but I'm in the gym every day and I've started doing light weights and it's amazing. I'm not going to start flexing my muscles, but I've only been lifting weights for a month. And I can see a difference already. You know, I mean, I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but, you know, when I lift my arms, I can see a definite change there. I'm not trying to look all hard and tough and all the rest of it, but it's just, you know, when I wear a vest, the few times when I will go out in a vest in Pattaya, because everyone does in Pattaya, it doesn't matter. I just insisted it doesn't have a single logo on it, like you see flip-flops. And I won't wear flip-flops; they're banned in my book. And I don't wear Singer shirts. I wear nice vests from Decathlon. And I just look in the mirror, and my arms were really thin, you know. And I thought, you know, I could do with beefing them up a little bit. And it's kind of good exercise as well, you know. It's quite addictive. So I do a few weights in the evening, say the evening 5:30, and yeah, not bad. I did a little bit of a run-in with a guy in my building. I've been in this building nearly 3 years now, and there's some horrible people about. So I'll tell you what happened. In my building, obviously there's a car park as you come in, nice big gateway, and I always park my. So I normally drive in, do a kind of a U-turn, and then I park my scooter up against a post there. And I don't speed or anything like that. I've never had any complaints from the management company. There's 2 security down there. They always greet me with a smile. I've never, you know, I'm a safe driver. I don't go crazy. I just come in and park and that's it. So there's a guy who's, he lives here some of the time, not all of the time. And he was letting his little kid run around the car park, you know. So I was aware of this. I seen the kid and he was stood right in the middle of the car park with a baby stroller, okay? And his kid was over by the door. And I could see she was miles away. Not miles, but she was up by the door. So I came in how I normally do. But because he was there, I had to take a wider berth, go round him and park up. And I was with somebody who told me, oh, he's giving you dirty looks and all that. But, you know, I'm always saying don't get in confrontation in Thailand if you can help it. I didn't look at him. I just left it. So he met his wife or his girlfriend at the door. And as I was going in the glass door, I heard him say really loudly, oh, some idiot just nearly knocked down. So I just lost it. I just went up to him and I said, what did you call me? And we got into a really heated argument. And, you know, and he said to me, I've been here 10 years and I own 3 properties. Do you rent or do you own? And I just said, what? I just said to I won't swear here because I'll get chucked off YouTube. But I said, what the F has it got to do with you, whether I rent or I bought somewhere? And does that give you the right to verbally abuse people? I said, your daughter's over there. I said, I've been parking here for 3 years. Anyway, I was with a Thai person. We went to see the management, you know, because you've always got to give your story. Because if he goes and makes up things that aren't true, then, you know, you've got to put your side of the story in, right? So luckily I was with a Thai person and we went into the management office, nice guy, the manager, and we explained the whole situation. She told him in Thai, you know, Peter comes in, like, drives normal, security's got no problem. He said, well, I'll look at the CCTV later because it's all CCTV. We went out. In the morning, I went to see him again and says, you know, because his English is limited. And he says, no problem, no problem, computer. He said, no problem. He says, I speak with him. I told him not to let his daughter play in the car. That's the other thing. As I was going in, the last thing, he shouted something to me, and I just turned around and I shouted back at him. I said, it's a bloody car park, not a kid's playground. You know, you're going to come across these kind of people in Thailand from time to time. There's a lot more of them than there used to be. I told you about the guy in 7-Eleven, didn't I, when I dropped some money and he wanted to fight with me because I didn't understand what he said. Blazing drunk, English, of course. And, you know, I just said, you do what you like, mate. You know, it's your life sort of thing. I walked out. He didn't come out after me. But got to be really careful now. Some right dickheads about. Right. Where are we? Paul again. There's a new weight loss. That's the one I've just explained. It's up to you. Afternoon, Peter. Looks like flights are getting a bit cheaper. That's good news. Yeah. Murray's House. Evening, Peter from Melbourne. First live. Moving to Jumped in July. I like Jumped In. I like the beach. I normally stay in Pattaya itself because I find the selection of hotels in Pattaya a lot better than Jumped In. But I do prefer Jumped In to spend my day. And what's going to be really good this time is because I'm taking my own scooter down there, the Honda ADV. You've seen the video, great bike. Because I'm taking that down, I'll have my actual own scooter to go around Pattaya for the next 4 days. Not some, you know, sometimes you rent them and they're not that great, are they? The Gormless Twit. Good evening. How you doing, Mr. Peter? Is Bangkok on fire? Yeah. Paul Hoskin, yuck, imagine breathing that during a massage. I think you'd be all right on your massage, Paul. Not a buffalo. How much does a good air purifier cost? A good one. You can get a decent air purifier for about 12,000, 15,000 baht. That's a good one. Now, the one I've got here, it's probably about 2.5 feet high. It looks like a small fridge. It's about 2.5 feet wide by about 2 foot wide. It was already here. I didn't use it for a long time. I decided to use it, but I thought, I'll just open it up and take the filters out and have a look. It was thick, you know. Somebody had it for a while, and he must have had it every night. I washed it all out in the bath. Horrible, grimy job. But once it's done, you know, it's whatever comes out of it, it's your own. It's not somebody else's. I'm going to be looking for a place in Pattaya this time as well. I had the chance to move to a 2-bedroom apartment. The owner of this one owns a 2-bedroom one, and she probably would have done a good discount for me. But it would have cost me another 15,000 baht a month. And I thought, you know what? It's not. One of the bedrooms would have been my office. I could have made it into an office, put the green screen permanently on the wall and stuff. And I thought, you know what? For 15,000, I thought I can get a place in Pattaya for 7,000. Quite reasonable. All I want is a room, and a shower room. You know, somewhere I can leave a few bits and pieces. And I'll stick with my one bedroom apartment. It's quite nice here. I think it's just a waste of money if you know you're going up to that level if you're on a limited budget like I am. Hobson's Joy says, same triglycerines mine were 321 last time, 138. The triglycerines, a lot of that's down to alcohol. I don't know if you know that, which makes sense because I drink a lot of beer. I'm not reading that one, Paul. Cy London, have to agree. Starmer is unbelievably bad. Yeah, we won't get into politics, but it can't get much worse than him. Rachel from accounts, that's it. Stupid cow. Right. Pablo, is it? Rachel Reeves from Accounting Labour, yeah. Frosty, would you agree that best time for being in Thailand is from December till April? Well, December's high season, isn't it? I would say December till the end of January because that's when it cools down. That's when it's the most busiest here in Thailand because of the what am I trying to say? I'm not getting it out, am I? Because it's not as hot in January and December through to January, end of January. It's high season. They're the best 2 months in answer to your question. Dave Val, good luck, Jesse. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. He's probably watching, or he'll watch it tomorrow. Jeffrey, now I'll screw this name up for sure. Jeffrey Narako, I think it is. God sent me to preach the gospel of our Lord Christ in the US, but have no traveling history. What must I do? Pray a little bit harder, just a little bit harder, and then come to Thailand, and then you'll really have to pray for all the things you do here. Frosty says 4 months. Hobson's Choice. Okay, you're having a conversation with Frosty. Hobson's Choice and Frosty having their own conversation here. So let's move on to URL Superbot. Now that 1 year passed with a tax on foreign income, what stories have you heard from expat retirees? How they affected and what are they doing? So, you know, everything's speculation about the tax, isn't it? But the message I'm getting, I watched a talk by one of these law firms in Pattaya recently. Forget the name of the guy. He does a lot of these kind of videos. And the general sort of feeling I'm getting is that they're not really chasing the foreigners. You know, we're supposed to register a tax number, but what he was basically saying is they don't seem to be actively pursuing foreigners who don't have tax numbers. That might change one day. You might not be able to get your visa without your tax code, but you know, I'm going to come up with a backup plan because I'm getting a bit. Not, I love Thailand, you know, but they're just getting so strict now. And I'm actually going over to Cambodia at the end of the month. I'm going over for about 3 or 4 nights. I've never been to Angkor Wat before. I know a lot of YouTubers have, but that's not the main reason for going. The main reason I'm going is because I've got a friend who lives. He spends half a year, maybe half of his time in the UK and half of his time between Hua Hin, which is my favorite place, and he lives in a place called Kampot in Cambodia. And he said, okay, it's not Thailand. He said, but there's great food selections. The food's like the Thai food, but it's not spicy. There's a lot of Western food. You know, you can get a beer in happy hour for 27 baht and out of happy hour 37 baht. It's a bit slower pace, he said, but the people are nice. And I'm just going to take a look over there. To get a long-term visa in Cambodia, apparently it's $300, about £280. You don't have to have any money in the bank. There's no 90-day reporting. And I'm going to look at that as a backup plan because I'm getting on a bit now. I get my old age pension next year. And, you know, Thailand is, you know, I've tried to save a little bit, but you can't help but spend a lot of money when you're here, especially living in Bangkok. And, you know, who knows? They might turn around one day and say, well, it's not 800,000 in the bank anymore. It's been like that for the last 20 years or however long it's been that long. From next year, it's going to be 2 million, you know. You know, where do you get 2 million from? like I say, I'm on a limited budget. So I'm just going to go over to Cambodia and suss it out. And if the worst, I hope it doesn't happen because I love Thailand. But if the worst came to the worst, then at least I know I've got a backup plan because I'm not going back to the UK, that's for sure. Oh, I'm going to be peeing like a racehorse later on with all this water. Yeah, that's the one I was on. That's what it's called, Ozempic. And now there's some scaremongering on that. They're saying people who take it are getting ill and all sorts. Frederick, hello from Samui. Finally, some rain the last few days. I tell you what, just talking about the islands there, I remember before this pollution started, Bangkok's always pretty high. It's nothing like it is now, but normally it's very rare that it falls under kind of 50. It's normally sort of anywhere between 70 to 90, which is over anyway, but not too bad. But I remember I took a trip down to Koh Samet, and you know, it's an island 45 minutes out. And I don't know why I looked at the PM levels. It was number 4, all green. Brilliant. Simon, go hopping. How you doing? Did I say Simon? Ozempic is controversial in the US. Many people are discussing negative benefits. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but yeah, I don't know if they launched it too quickly or what's happening, but it's, yeah. Paul, I meant to say Paul. Paul's the guy who's taken over, well, joined the team, not taken over, Simon Land of Smiles YouTube channel for a while. It's just been laying dormant for 4 years, and he's friends with Simon, and he's going to try some different stuff on there. So we'll see how that goes. We did a video together. It didn't receive great comments, but that doesn't mean anything. You know, we'll see how Paul does with his videos, and you know, you don't hang somebody without a trial, do you? At least let the guy make a few videos first. Paul Harrison, good evening. Nomia Inspector, booked my trip for later this year. Going to Australia first to see the first test of the Ashes, then fly up to Thailand. I'm not really a sports fan, but I did enjoy. Do you remember, was it in the 80s or the 90s? There was a series about the Ashes, very controversial, where the English used to bowl to try and hit the body of the Australian. They were cheating, basically, but it was a very good series. Thank you, Hobson's Choice. Eternal Dreams. There's a quibble between YouTubers. There's always a quibble between YouTubers. That's why I keep myself to myself. You don't see me very often mixing with other YouTubers because it's like a flipping school playground with some of them. I get invited to a lot of these, several of these YouTubers get-togethers, but I don't go. You know, I just tend to keep myself to myself. And, you know, they can think what they like about me. I don't really care. I just do my own thing. You know, I plod along. I put out 2 videos a week. You know, if people like me, they can watch me. And if they don't like me, then that's up to them, isn't it? But have you got anybody in who's quibbling at the moment then? Is there somebody in particular you've heard quibbling? Just put that there for a second. I'd love to know if it's anyone I know. A bit of a gossip, you see. Not a buffalo. Studies ozemic, I'm saying it wrong, can cause poor bone density. Yeah, I've heard that. Well, I only took it for a month, so I think it'll be, I can't even say that word, so I'll put it up there. Dingo, I'm there for Songkran. What is the weather like that time of year? Songkran's generally in April. It's hot, but it's a lot of fun, Songkran, if you're into it. You'll have a good time. You're going to get wet anyway, so it's just as well it's hot. Pollution, I've never known anything like this. You always get the pollution every year because the crop burning, they burn fires, not only in Thailand, it's, over the bordering countries as well. But the Thai government are doing a lot to try and stop it now. There's one of the big companies that process the sugar beet, and it's the biggest one in Thailand, and they process most of the sugar beet in Thailand. And what these farmers do, they burn the stubble to get rid of pests, and it just makes the field ready for the next crop, but it causes so much pollution. And what this company have come out and said, they said they're not going to process the sugarcane of any farmer who burns his fields. And what they'll do, they're keeping an eye on it by satellite. Now, you could argue and say, well, he could have his sugarcane processed, and then after it's all done, then he could go and set fire to his field. He could, but then the following year he's screwed, isn't he? Because they'll have it on record. And the government have been giving them chemicals to try and do it another way, get rid of these pests and things, and they've got to do something. It's just all, they're aware of it because they shut down schools. They tell people to work from home. They put the public transport was free for a week, so to encourage people not to use cars and buses and things. And but yeah, nothing seemed to have worked at the moment. Jeff Fried Rice, good morning, Peter. I've always loved catching these lives while I'm on the road. A lot of people say, how come sometimes you'll have 300 people or 200 people in a stream, and how come there's only 20 thumbs up? That's the reason. Sometimes people are driving, they're working out, they might be painting, and they just can't get to the computer, PC. Show my age now saying computer. Be happy, Pat. Hi, Peter. I missed the first 18 minutes. I'll go back later. I got an Android TV stick for my old TV. You look good on the big screen, but can't chat, so I'm chatting on my phone just for the information. Yeah, good. You're catching up with technology, Pat. That's what I do. When I watch YouTube in the evenings, sorry about the old nose, gets itchy, ever so itchy. During when I watch stuff on YouTube, I watch it on a 55-inch screen. I don't sit in front of my PC, or I'm out somewhere and I look at it on my phone. Paul, not long to Songkran. I don't like it, I really don't like it. You go out, you get soaked, and then you go into a mall that's got ice cold air conditioner and you freeze your nuts off. I generally stock up for 3 days. Luckily in Bangkok, it only happens for 3 days, and that's it. In Pattaya, it's like 10 days. I'd stay. I'm not going anywhere near Pattaya during Songkran. Okay, Atul. Hi, Peter. Greetings to all. Can you tell me if Thais need to have an ETA to enter the UK, even if they have a valid visa for 6 months? They don't tend to distinguish when you go to the UK. They don't tend to distinguish. If they've got a visa, she should be okay. But I mean, look, I'm just a YouTuber. Don't take my word for it. I'm giving you what I think would happen. I don't think she would, but I would definitely research it. Go on to Google. Maybe write to the embassy. I don't know. I wouldn't risk it. If she's got a 6 month visa, if she's got a what you say she's got a valid visa for 6 months. It'd be a shame, wouldn't it? If she, well, they're not going to throw her out. They just make her do it in the airport, wouldn't they? Like Thailand are now doing. Ethical Dreams, 190 in chat and 30 likes. Come on, lads. I know. Mazza, how you doing? I see what you were saying about your Facebook page. A few strange people on there. Yeah, if you don't know what that's about, I was talking about Facebook on my last stream, and I was going to stop doing Facebook. I get quite a lot of people on there. But, you just get every troll and armchair critic crawls out the woodwork. I don't generally go back to the comments. Like, I'll upload a small clip and I won't go back and look at it because it doesn't matter what I upload. I could upload the best clip in the world, be informational. It could be about the pollution. It could be about the Thai bar. I could show them a beautiful woman walking down the street, and somebody will come out they'll just troll me and say, if it's a beautiful woman down the street, here's a typical example, right? Here's a typical example. So, around Sukhumvit, the kids, a lot of them are, you get gangs who use these kids for the sympathy vote to get money from foreigners. They're beggars, but they're, normally their parents, or they might not even be their parents. So anything you give the kid goes in the adult's pockets, right? The government are trying to clear that up, thankfully. I'm going to have to break out the orange squash in a minute. So here's a typical example how people are just nasty on Facebook. Okay, so I'm walking down and I'm aware of this, right? You know, I know I'm not stupid. I've been here a while, and I know that if I give a 50 baht note to a kid on the street, that's going straight in the pocket of somebody, either the dad or the mother, or you know, and they're not starving. These kids, you can see they're active. They're well, you know, they're not kind of like dehydrated or anything. So there's three little girls sitting with, I think, their carer, let's not say their mum, okay? So it's outside the Bangkok Bank between Soi 8 and Soi 10. I'm sure a lot of you know which one I mean. Okay, there's some steps and you get some homeless people sleep there at night. So I'm walking back from Suda restaurant on 14 after lunch. It's about 3 o'clock now, 2:30. And I see these three little girls ranging anywhere, I think maybe 9, 10, around that age, okay? And they're giggling, they're playing with each other. So they're not distressed. They're not like trying to look sad or anything like that. And there was a 7-Eleven just after them, right? So I looked at them and I thought, you know, grown up on the streets, poor little mites. Anyway, I went into 7-Eleven and I bought 3 Milo ice lollies. They're only, you know, cost me less than 100 baht, okay? I went back and I said to the adult, is it okay if I give like this? Gave the kids the ice cream. And as I gave the kids the ice cream, little kids, they wide me, took the ice cream, big smile on their face, okay? And then as I went off, bye, and they were waving at me and smiling. It was really nice. I put it up on YouTube. And I had comments from people saying things like, absolutely disgusted, making videos of little kids on the street, you know, insinuating something else. And you get a lot of people who take the nice things in life and twist them to be horrible, you know. And I was going to finish Facebook because you just get these nasty people on there. And as I say, it doesn't matter what you post, there'll be a bunch of nasty comments, you know, and they're not nice about it. They won't just give you a nasty comment. They'll also call you a name, you know, like, you idiot, you know, you'd have been better giving them money or something like that. You know, it's so bad actually that I don't even go back and look at them. So, you know, I'll put a photograph up with a caption. And that's it. Another one was the pollution. See the photograph I sent you? I put a similar photograph up on Facebook and I put, the title was Bangkok is very polluted at the moment. That was it. Nothing more than that, okay? So people could see just out of interest. And I had comments on Facebook like, oh, you'll Photoshop this. I was there and it was nothing like, and people would be sending me, people would be uploading pictures like beautiful blue skies. You couldn't see where it was because there's no buildings in it, right? Just, this was me yesterday in Bangkok, and it's bullshit, right? But these are the sort of people you deal with on Facebook. It's not too bad here on YouTube because YouTube kind of controls the comments, and you know, you can go in and look at them before you want to release them if you're not sure. But that's what Maz is talking about when he says, I see what you were talking about Facebook. There's a few strange people on there. So Aussie Rule says, check out Vietnam. Do you know what? I was going to go to Vietnam and somebody told me the people there are quite aggressive, a little bit like the Chinese. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should go and experience it myself. Billy Olsop, hello, Peter. Glad to join the stream. I have just come out of hospital after 3.5 weeks. What was wrong with you then, Billy? You're obviously on the mend. That's good news. Not a buffalo. Holiday in Cambodia. Yeah. I've been to Cambodia before, but it was 25 years ago, and it was the capital. I went to see the killing fields and S22. That's it's a school that the Khmer Rouge turned into a prison. Awful, you know, and it's just as it was when they left in the 70s, still dried blood on the floor and all these pictures on the wall, brutal place. And then we went out to the actual killing fields where you can see the pits, and they've got glass cabinets full of skulls, and yeah, not very nice. URL droid super, but did the retirees start filing returns? Yeah, I know somebody who's filed a return, and I know a lot more people who haven't. See, Bob says he's filed a tax return. I was trying to find out where he's done it, but he can't remember the name of it. Sure. Right. Neighborhood 123. Never say never with regard to going back to the UK, especially if you don't have fully comprehensive medical insurance. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, the NHS is pretty bad at the moment, is it? They're overworked, underpaid, as they say. It's a cliche, but it's true. But, you know, if you fall down in the street and have a heart attack in the UK, they will pick you up, take you in an ambulance and get you on the mend, as it were. So you can never say never, but touch wood, that won't happen. Innovations. Have you heard anything about the quality of medical care in Cambodia? Yeah, it's not great. I've asked around about it. So what it is, from what I gather, people who have got a bit of money, you know, not really poor people, minor things they do in the hospitals in Cambodia, but if it's something more seriously, they come back to Thailand. In fact, I was talking to somebody today, was it today or yesterday, who used to live in Cambodia, and a child died at birth, and because of that they just made up their mind to come and live in Thailand, and been here ever since, long time, you know. Your old droid. Did the retire? Oh, okay. We just read that one out. Let me put these currencies up for people who come in late today. Let me do a bit of advertising first before I do that. Right. Jamie M. Hi, I love the channel, especially the Saturday morning stories. Bodyline was the TV show featuring our Don Bradman and English Douglas Jardine. I'm not sure what that relates to, Jamie. Thanks very much for the compliment. I'm glad you like the Saturday stories, but Bodyline was the TV show. What I don't see where that sort of fits in. I didn't. Paul Harrison, Isan guy has labelled Dave the Irish guy. I know Dave. I've seen a few of his videos. He's got a couple of channels, hasn't he? What's going on there then? More news, please. More news. I like a bit of gossip. Yeah, Dave. He's got a lot of followers, hasn't he? I haven't looked at his channel for a long time. I left him a comment. I didn't get any reply back, so I just didn't look at it again. Mark Hanley, how you doing, Mark? Nice to see you in the stream. Been a while, hasn't it? A lot of people saying hi to each other here. How many we got in now? 250. Good. MF Chris, you're talking to Mark. Right. Deepo said, Deepo, I love the stories. Right. Thanks, Deepo. Do you know what really gets on my nerves? Do you know, I seen a comedian the other day on YouTube. He says, do you know what really makes my piss boil? And you're waiting. He says, hotel kettles. Oh, that's quite good. Let me just turn this off now. There we go. Yeah, I'll tell you what really gets on my nerves, Deepos, I love the story, is when people write in and they say, oh, you make all them stories up. They can't be true. I mean, it's like I've got 1,000 videos up now. I've uploaded over 5 years, 1,000 videos. And they're not all stories, of course. But let's just say half of them are the stories. There's at least 3 to 5 stories on each video. So what's that? I mean, you're talking 1,000 to 1,500 stories I've read out. More probably. I mean, if I could make them all up, Jesus Christ, I'd have a job. I don't know. I'd be employing. I'd be the next Einstein, wouldn't I? You can. There's too many variables. There's no way one person could make all them up. Ethical dreams. Yes, I just seen it. Image. That's a lyric, isn't it? People are strange when you're a stranger. Who sang that now? I can almost hum it in my head. You tell me and I'll go, oh yeah. Paul Harrison, Thais used to need a tourist visa and a sponsor. However, Cameron was in talks to change it so they could just enter on a visa. I don't know if that's gone through. I know about Cameron, Lord Cameron, we should say now. I know about, we thought he was bad when he was Prime Minister, didn't we? But God, he was brilliant compared to what we've got now. Yeah, he came to, Lord Cameron came to Bangkok and they discussed, because the UK used to see the Thais as a flight risk. You know, they'd come in and not leave the country and do, you know, the black jobs, as it were, jobs that were under the radar. But that's all changed now. Opinions have changed. And the plan was to let Thais come to the UK on a, you know, stamp, just like we come here to Thailand. But I never knew if it was followed up on or you know, if they're allowed. If anybody knows, please let me know and I'll let everybody else know. And if you're wondering if you've come in late and you're wondering why the stream's a bit early today, I've got to go down to Pattaya tomorrow. Got to, because I'm taking my scooter there to get. I've got to re-register the paperwork because I had to do something a bit strange. I don't want to say on a public forum here, but when I bought the bike brand new, I would have had to register. It had to be registered in Bangkok first time because it was brand new, and I had to jump through hoops and do certain things to get that done. Let's just say that, read between the lines. But now I need to take it down to Chonburi, get it registered in Chonburi in my name, because it's not actually the bike's not actually in my name at the moment, it's in somebody else's name. So I've got to go down to Chonburi and Pom from One Stop Visa. I'll do it through her. She does all my bits and pieces. Are very, very good. So that's why I've got to go down. So whether it rains or not, I've got the car, but there's no point. I've got to take the bike. So I do enjoy riding the bike. That ride I did down to Kanchanaburi was brilliant, really good. Alibaba and the 40 Ladies, great name. Evening, Peter from the JW Marriott Sukhumvit. Did you find that Pattaya pad you were after? I did mention earlier, no, I'm going down for 4 nights tomorrow, so I'm going to have time to look around. You know, what I like to do is go on the bike and, you know, I don't like using agents down there because they tend to just want to sell you the expensive stuff for their commission. You know, they're not interested. I remember years ago, I was talking to an agent in Pattaya, outside a bar of all places, in the afternoon, and I said, "Oh, I'm looking for a new place, and my budget's about 10,000 baht." And this was 25 years ago, or something, 22 years ago. And he was like, "Oh, I don't deal with low end like that. It's not worth my while, running around. My minimum is 25,000. So that's the kind of attitude of, I'm not saying all agents, I'm sure there's some good agents, I just don't know them. But the ones I've met, some of the ones I've met, they're not interested in the low end. So what I do, I just drive around, and you'll see a sign in Thai with a telephone number. 99% of the time they're letting out rooms. And the good thing about Pattaya is most of them speak English. And that's how I found this place. Must have had a lot of salt in my diet today. I've nearly done a litre of water. Yeah, so hence why I'm an hour early tonight. Not sure what that means. D-Post, Ned Smith, Aussie's best in the red. Okay. Silent and people are horrible. Not all people. Most people I meet here are very, very nice. Like the look at that. Look, 45 minutes. I got a super chat. Who's that? Who's that? Being very kind. Hey, hey, thank you. That's very generous of you. Let me put that up. Where are we? I very rarely get super chats these days. You remember in the UK, it was like it used to light up like a Christmas tree, but very rare now. That's why I'm so surprised. Hey, then I'm not late to the party. You started early. Have the price of 2 beers at Nana, price of 2 meals, and beers at Pattaya prices. Thanks, hey, then I'm off to Pattaya tomorrow, so I will have dinner with somebody from that very generous donation. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Right, where were we? Who have I missed out? We'll go back to. I'm a bit behind, aren't I? Yeah, we were talking about horrible people. I'll tell you what, honestly, for every one nasty person, or let's just say for every one nasty comment, I get 9 very nice comments, complimentary, well done. I like the stories, nicely put together. Or if people don't like a video, I can see the numbers are low on it. Like some people, they're just not interested. Like the one that really surprised me was when I went down to Kanchanaburi on the motorcycle with Steve. And I got the bridge all lit up at night and some great shots with some good, almost movie tone music. And I thought it was a great video. It got 4,500 viewings, which surprised me because I thought it was a really nice video. Yet I sat in my kitchen a month ago and I gave 14 reasons why you shouldn't buy a condo here in Thailand. Better to rent. And it's done over 200,000 viewings. I sat in my kitchen. Took me half an hour. Uploaded it. 200,000 viewings. You tell me. Ethical Dreams, Milo Ice Lolly is nice. I don't eat it myself, but that made me really happy. When I knew the kids would appreciate the lolly, but when I seen them whine me and they waved to me when I left, oh, we've got another one now. Have I started the ball rolling? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Mark, thank you, Mark. Very generous. The usual sent you one a couple of weeks back too. Okay, Mark, thank you. I might have missed the one, so apologies if I did before. That's great, guys. Thank you. I must be way behind in these guys. Right, let's get through them. Pierre, is it? The story about Colombia was pretty interesting. I've been a few times. It's worth the visit. I think I'll be getting some more. There's a guy, he does Elvis impressions. He calls himself Steve. Is it Elvis Steve or Steve? I don't know. But I've seen him in his suit and stuff, and he's got loads of stories, and he sent me a whole bunch. But I don't want to do a whole video of Colombia stories. I'll fit one in every now and again. Some good stories coming up over the next 2 weeks. I've pre-prepared them because I'm in Pattaya for 4 days. I get back on the Friday. I don't want to be struggling to get the stories out on Saturday. So what I do is I pre-record. I've pre-recorded 2 more. So the stories went out on Saturday. I've got 2 in the bag ready to go for next week and the week after. So 6 stories in all, and they're very, very good stories, all original, never been read out before. And yeah, you'll enjoy them. There's some nice background. I walked around. I'll say it wrong, but it's Klong Toy. I always get told off in between kind of Sukhumvit and Rama 4, all the back alleys and stuff. Quite interesting. Bangkok is one of the best cities in the world. I really want to visit or move. When I think about myself moving out here to Bangkok, the first thing I think about, because I did it when I was 62, nearly 3 years ago, the first thing that always comes to mind is, why didn't I do this 10 years ago when I was 52? But I couldn't, because I had a family. My girls were young. I wasn't going to abandon them. I'm not that sort of person. They're grown up now. One's got her own business. The other works in a pharmacy in the hospital. Good job. Their mother is working full time, owns her own house now. I made sure she was sorted out before I came out here. And but yeah, it's nice. This is one of the reasons I'm trying to stay very healthy. I go to the gym. I don't smoke. I rarely go out to the go-go bars and stuff like that. I do want to get healthy, keep the weight down and keep an eye on it. And I just figure I'll live longer, or at least when I am living, I'll have a better lifestyle, because I don't like slating other people. But sometimes when I'm in Pattaya, I look at some of the guys down there and they just seem to have let themselves go. You know, I mean, some guys are absolutely huge, and I'm not mocking them. Don't take this as I'm mocking them. I'm really not. But I look at them health-wise, and I look at myself, and I think, well, look at me, and my triglycerides are too high. I was diabetic, but I'm not now because I lost a bit of weight. But even then, I think, you know, when I look at these guys, some of them are absolute huge, and they don't seem to care. You know, it's like a full English breakfast every morning, a roast dinner every lunchtime, and beer until they drop at night. You know, and you think, God, how long's that guy got? It's amazing how some of them last. I think I'd have my lips wide, my jaws wide if I got that big. I could do with losing another 10 kilos myself, but at least I'm exercising. You know, I'm not sitting on the couch all night, only half the night. It's getting serious now, is it? Ned Smith, Bangkok is... Oh, you've just read that. Seascapes, can I open a bank account or not? At the moment, it's quite difficult to open a bank account for foreigners. Basically, what happened is, you know, these... go make a cup of tea if you've heard the story before. So what happened is, you know, the banks and stuff are quite flexible here, especially in a place like Pattaya. And, you know, you get these, I won't name the nation because I'll be called a racist, but you get these people phone you up and they say, we're from Microsoft, or we're from PayPal, or we're from whoever. Somebody's fraudulently used your account, and they send you to AnyDesk, and they get on your PC and they change the code, and it looks like your bank, and it looks like they paid you in an extra £1,000 or dollars, and they ask you to transfer it back to their account, and then you never hear from them again. Those sort of people. Okay, so there was two guys who opened two accounts about the same time, and they transferred approximately 120 million Thai baht into these accounts. Okay, and what made it even worse, they were from crypto accounts. Okay, the banks in Pattaya sat up and thought, what the hell? They stopped for the whole weekend opening bank accounts so they could figure out what was going on. I don't want to say too much here, but let's just say, if you want a retirement visa, you need to have that money in the bank now, okay? The agents have to be squeaky clean. Again, I'll get people probably leave comments, that's not true, this is not true, but this is what I've heard on good authority, okay? So can you open a bank account was your original question. If you're going to come here on a retirement visa, then yes, you can. If you're coming here on a tourist visa, I don't think so, not at the moment. It might cool off later, but not right now, as far as I'm aware. Jeff Fried Rice, keep doing the nice things and forget the haters. I love that video of you giving ice cream to the kids. Well, Jeff, the thing is, you could see it for what it was. Thank you. I mean, it was just a genuine... I wanted to put a smile on those kids' face. You know, leaving a comment saying, you know, disgusting filming kids on the streets of Bangkok is insinuating something much darker, isn't it? And if you know me, I mean, I'm really not like that at all. I'm not the next Hugh Edwards. If you don't know who Hugh Edwards was, he was a famous newsreader for years on the BBC, very well respected until they found out he was up to some naughty things. I'll leave it at that. I'll never be able to pronounce that name, so I'll put your name up on the screen. What is it? Libera Nos. Well, it's not even English, but hello, good evening. Nice to have you in the stream. Dutch Buddha, hey Pete, chat mods. Hobson's Choice is nice to be nice. Napoleon blown apart. Good to have you in. I haven't seen you for a while. Hi Pete. Hi from wet, rainy Wales. Yeah, nice to be in the warm weather at least. The Weird World of Whitaker. Bangkok is a great city. I love the place, but unfortunately air quality is terrible. It's putting a lot of people off at the moment. Dave Vine, no need to worry, Peter. If a disaster strikes, we'll start a GoFundMe for you. Okay, please don't even go there. Pierre, having trouble putting in a super chat. I can't help you out there, unfortunately. I haven't done a super chat myself for years. I used to give Eddie a few super chats before I had a YouTube channel. Paul Hoskins, is there a big push towards electric cars in Thailand? There is. You're seeing more and more of them. I don't know if there's a push, but people, you know, the Thais, they like them because they can just charge them rather than spend money on fuel. I'll tell you what, I am seeing a lot of, much more electric scooters, delivering guys, you know, all these guys, the Grab and Bolt, they deliver pizzas and everything, all the food. They're pretty dangerous, actually, because you're walking across the street, you don't hear any traffic, and you just don't even look, you just cross, and these electric scooters go whizzing by. Okay, you don't like electric cars, Cy London. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I almost feel like bowing to you with a name like that. Flying out to Bangkok next week. First time since last April. Can't wait. Bringing my best mate this time. Flying out to Bangkok next week. Wear a mask when you're out here, especially in Bangkok. Wear a mask. You'll get you'll be coughing. Your nose will be running. Make sure you wear a mask. Hobson's Choice. I've met that Dave. Okay, let me make sure it's not a nasty one. I've met that Dave from Alpha Omega channel. He's a character for sure, but I think he likes to rant and get things off his chest. I've watched a few of his videos. They were quite interesting. I don't know the guy personally, I don't follow him, but now and again, one of his videos will pop up in the stream, and he did one about being lonely in Thailand. I thought it was right what he was saying. I got nothing against the guy. We're not particularly best friends, but I got nothing against him. Paul Hoskin, I bore my underpants in the kettle in the hotel. Good on you, Paul. D-Post, The Doors. Yeah, that's it. That song, People Are Strange. I got it. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. And Dave Val says The Doors as well. Not a Buffalo says not The Doors as well. Jim Dawes from Hillco Boss. Everybody's telling me that. Right, Rob. The Philippines have an agreement with the UK government, so your pension will go up in line with the UK rates. I've heard this. It's an option. I'm thinking about when retirement time comes. My way, laugh out loud. Well, I've kind of got around it. I don't want to say anything here. And you're dead right. With the Philippines, there is an agreement in place because if you live out of the UK, your pension doesn't go up. Okay, officially. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But I will say thank you to Macmillan Nurse, who is who gives me a regular super chat. A few quid for a top man. Thank you very much. You do that quite regular, don't you? Okay, let's move on and say hi to, where were we? I love that name, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Right. Okay, a lot of people saying The Doors, that song. Okay, thanks for that. I don't know. What sort of trouble you're having? I don't think you can do them. Somebody told me you can't do them on an iPhone. I don't know if that's true or not. The Watch Wally, the UK is dying, don't come back. I feel sorry for my daughters. Nomia Inspector, after every Prime Minister leaves office, they get labelled he or she was the worst Prime Minister we have ever had. I think Liz Truss was the worst one we ever had until Starmer got in. I think he is way worse than anybody I've ever known. Robin, the chosen one, how you doing? Hi, Peter and fellow mongers from Tonglaw. Hope you're having a great Sunday evening. Yeah, I want to do some filming up at Tonglaw actually because I've been there many times before, but I've heard I haven't been there for a while. I've heard the nightlife is very vibrant around Tonglaw. It's some nice clubs and stuff. Not that I go to nightclubs, but just what I hear from younger people I meet. Dingo, I'll put that up on screen. You'll have to come into the members area where I discuss my personal life, okay? No name. Hey, Peter, it's Sam. Come in late. We'll be in Bangkok from March the 3rd. Okay, Sam, give me a shout if I'm not busy. We'll meet up. Get your photograph up on the stream like I did earlier. Every time I meet a viewer, I try and get them to take a photograph. Oh, I'm going to say hi to Herbert, and I think it was Johnny was with yesterday. I tried to get a photograph with him. He's always in the stream. You see half of his face, but he's a bit shy. He didn't want to come up on the stream, so I said, okay, respect your privacy, as it were. Okay. The Weird World of Whitaker. Peter, you're a legend now, bruv. Thank you. I won't get my head through the door if you keep giving me these compliments. This is another good name. Ali Baba and the 40 Ladies. Can we apply for a retirement visa through your recommended agent in Pattaya if we are intending on living in Bangkok? If not, can you recommend an agent based in Bangkok? Yeah, you can. The best thing to do is contact Mark. There's a link to his Facebook page in every video I do because I do use him for everything myself. Driving licenses, retirement visa, other visas. And he can do it for you. Certainly, you don't have to have it done in Bangkok. But there's certain kind of ways you have to talk to him. I don't want to talk about it here. Just contact Mark. Just contact Mark or Pom at One Stop Visa. The link below, and just say Peter from Thailand Bound said to have a chat with you about it. And he'll know you're okay. Right. Paul Harrison, I enjoyed the video of Kanchanaburi. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm getting very lucky tonight. Now somebody else give me Singapore dollars. Thank you. Who was that? First super chat done from an iPhone. Oh, great. Okay, somebody must have lied to me then because they said that you couldn't do a super chat from an iPhone. But thank you, I appreciate it. And also Sam Fiver there. Get a pint tomorrow. After last night's rain in Pattaya, the sink water in my hotel ran orange and yellow. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah, it's a rust, isn't it? I think it's a rust because what happens when? Thanks for the super chat, by the way. What happens when the water rises? There's metal, isn't there? That's maybe a bit rusty and it never gets any water. And when it rises, it touches that kind of rust and it discolors and it normally goes after a while. I've actually drank tap water before by accident. Nothing happened. I was one morning I was cleaning my teeth and I had something on my mind. I took a glass and because I'd not long been here from England. You know, when you clean your teeth in England, you kind of like, you get a glass and you just fill it and you're not even thinking about it, are you? And I was saying, I'd just come from the UK and I was cleaning my teeth. I was thinking about something. I ran the tap and I drank it, big glass of water, and I thought, blimey, I've just drank tap water, and I was kind of waiting to. Am I going to have the shits? Am I going to be vomiting? Nothing happened at all, but I wouldn't recommend it. I brush my teeth in tap water. I only drink mineral water, and even cooking. If I make a soup, I use because I'm boiling it. I cook with water from the tap. As long as it's boiled, it should be safe. I'm quite behind in these comments now. If I miss your comment, guys, I do get guys saying, "Oh, you skipped my comments. I'm not watching anymore." It's not that. It's just I'm trying to keep up. Solar Life Portugal. Hi, Pete. Lovely meeting you this week. You too, mate. You too. Very good. Then, yes, keep the super chats rolling in, and don't forget to hit the like button. He's on the payroll. Then he's on the payroll. There's another name I can't pronounce. Is it Nanthan Shonok? Hi, Peter. Hi, Mark Hanley. Okay, nice picture there. Who's that? Right. Solar Life in Portugal again. It's the same with everyone we meet in Portugal. Everyone says the only regret they have is that they didn't do it earlier, but you have to wait until it is right time for you and when you can. Right. I did give you a mention right at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if you've seen it. Let me put your picture up again because I have shown it once, but that was the other day. In the Wine Connection, where we had a very nice lunch. You're very generous. You treated me. And of course, like I said earlier, you presented me with a nice bottle of Black Label that I won't open, that will stay on the shelf. And I'll use that for show along with another one that I had earlier. But yeah, great to meet you guys. I'm glad everything worked out for you. Okay, let's whiz through some more of these. Joyous Roma, thank you very much. May the force be with you, Peter. I tell you what, have you ever watched that girl, the Roti lady? I mean, she sings very well and she's a nice character, but she's got something like, she's only been going for about a year. She's got 800,000 subscribers. I was watching her one day. We talk about super chats, and this guy's throwing like $500 at her, £200, and this is going on throughout the stream. I'm like, bloody hell, but she deserves it, doesn't she? Right. I'm lost now again. Okay. Nomia Inspector, all you need to do is go for a walk every day. Well, when I go to the gym, that's all I do. I don't run. I go on the treadmill for half an hour, but I walk briskly just to get the old blood pumping. Then I do about 20 minutes of free weights, bicep these and some that where I do this, and just to get the old blood pumping. I miss the park. I really miss Bencher Kitty Park. I used to go out about 4:30 when it was just starting to cool off. And I used to go around the nature part of it and then cross over and go around the track. And I sometimes would walk for nearly 2 hours. Really, really enjoyed it. I just can't do it with the pollution at the moment. The Gormless Twit, is it worthwhile buying cheap stuff and selling it abroad via eBay? Now, those days are gone. I used to do that. I used to go down to Sampeng and buy a lot of jewellery display items, take them back to the UK. I used to buy pewter rings. I used to buy real silver rings. I used to sell on eBay and stuff. It's all been done from China now. You've got no chance. I mean, if you find a product, the best thing to do is just, if you see something in a market, then just look it up on eBay and see what it's selling for. If it's like half, double the price you can get it for, then it might be worth it. But don't forget, you've got the weight, haven't you? And a lot of these shops, you can only buy it once. When I used to wholesale and sell things on eBay from Thailand, I'd get a really nice line on something, buy 20 of them, come back, they go like wildfire, come back and couldn't get them again. As a one-off run, as it were. Not a Buffalo. Hindsight is 2020. If you truly wish to retire in Thailand, you will make it happen. There is the financial aspect of it as well. I'm very, very lucky. I've worked hard all my life. If you've been following me for a while, I was in the hotel industry. Some weeks I didn't get days off. I'd worked for months. You officially got a day off. But the general manager was always like, "Oh, can you keep an eye on that function?" And that's your day off. Then it's on from say 2 till 4, but it's ruined your whole day, haven't you? Because when he says keep an eye on that function, basically what he's saying, if it cocks up, it's your fault. He's not saying work on your day off. He's just saying keep an eye on it. That's how it is here. So I worked hard all my life. I managed to save a bit of money. I get my pension next year. I'm not going to get a full pension. I was only due to, because when I was younger, I was a bit cavalier. I didn't pay into it. I was abroad, and I looked at my pension last year, and I was only going to get £158 a week. And I thought, blimey, I didn't realize it was so low. But then I had the opportunity. I phoned them up, and they said, well, look, you can catch up. You can pay off 7 years, and that'll increase it a bit. I sent about 3 months ago, I sent £1,000 off to the Inland Revenue, and then I got my accountant to adjust last year's tax return, because I still do a tax return in the UK, and we were able to pay off another year. So I've paid off 7 years now, and I've got my final payment next year when I do my next tax return, and it will take it up from 158 to 100 and what was it now, £192 a month. And it doesn't sound a lot, but that's about, it makes a difference between having 25,000 baht a month and 33,000 baht a month. You could live on that if you were old and you lived a very simple life. I plan to go to somewhere like Chatham, where it's dirt cheap. You've got your Lotus and your 7-Elevens and your markets and everything you need. You've got a lovely stretch of beach, which there's nowhere near Monday to Friday. The Thais come down at the weekend. A few expats live there. There's a big Swiss community that, well, I say big, there is a Swiss community there. Very, very nice, quiet town. You live down there, and you're not extravagant. You cook your own food, or you're with a partner who cooks Thai food, buy your vegetables and stuff from the market. You can do it. But as I say, the biggest problem is having that 800,000 in the bank. If you've got to have that money in there, and they could put it up. And then, if you don't have a lot of money, then maybe Thailand's not going to be an option, is it? Hence why I'm researching Cambodia while I can. Right. Maxwell Jacob Freeman, you shouldn't be called racist just for stating facts. You can say that, well, I can't say it, honestly. It won't happen now. It will happen later. When I'm in bed, I'll wake up in the morning, there'll be comments, I'm reporting you to YouTube. Is there anywhere in Thailand you would like to go that you haven't been to before? No, I've been to a lot of places in Thailand. I lived in Khon Kaen for 2 years, so I went to a lot of the villages around there. I visited, I know it was years ago, but I visited Udon Thani, Udon Ratchathani, Lopburi, Bang Saray, Pattaya, all the islands, Phuket I went to. I've pretty much been to most places, unless it's somewhere really obsolete, like stuck in the middle of nowhere that I've got no interest to go to. Wherever I end up, I won't live in Bangkok forever, maybe another 10 years. Wherever I end up, it's going to be in a beach town, and it won't be Pattaya, that's for sure. It'll be somewhere nice and quiet, probably Chatham. The other thing I like about Chatham is it's only a 30-minute drive from Hua Hin, which is a bit more cosmopolitan. You've got a couple of good malls there, and there's some nice bars and restaurants and stuff. Chatham's are much more quieter, but then, you don't have to drive to Bangkok to, if you want to do some serious shopping or something. Right, Matthew Olcone. Hi, Peter. Late in, hope not. You haven't missed much. I'll be doing this for another 20 minutes, and then I'm going to take a 15-minute break, then come back with a member stream. If you're just coming in and wondering why I'm a bit early, I'm an hour earlier this week because I'm off to Pattaya in the morning, and I wanted to finish a bit earlier so I could, take down the green screen and finish off. I've packed near enough. I've got a Givey top box. It clips off the bike. It's like a suitcase. You can carry it into the hotel, but it's great. Right, Mazza, it's crazy how Hugh Edwards didn't go to jail. It was. I won't get into it because not everybody's English here, but I agree with you. People are going to jail for doing Facebook posts, and he got off with what he did. I can't even mention it here, can I? The Big Johnson. Okay, I'll put that up there. Right, Ryan. Hello. Can you say a get well soon to Donna Dulcet? Is it Dulcet? Dulcet. I'll probably say it wrong. Let me put it up on screen. Donna, get well soon. Okay. I apologize if I've just thrashed your name. Okay, but you know who you are, and I meant it with the best intentions. Okay, so I hope you get well soon. There you go, Ryan. Right. Right, Matthew Green. Could you be the nicest man in the world, but there will be some dickhead who will put you down? You're better than that, mate. Keep doing the excellent videos. Yeah, thank you, Matthew. It's pretty hard to ignore it sometimes, but that's what I said. I don't like Facebook very much. But I did mention on one of the streams that I was probably going to pack in Facebook because I just can't stand all the armchair critics and trolls and nasty people you get on there. But a couple of people said, look, I like the stuff you post on Facebook. It's a bit more casual. I try not to post the same on Facebook as I do on YouTube. Typical things like giving ice cream to the kids, or if I cook my own shepherd's pie and just stuff like that. I do a lot of foodie little clips on Facebook, and I'll put, I've learned to make a roast dinner. I even made the Yorkshire puddings, you know, and a guy left a message and he says, oh, you're like a Thai woman now, showing every meal on your Facebook page. You know, I mean, I don't understand. If they don't like it, then, you know, they could just not watch it. It's the easier one, isn't it? Okay. Put that up. Charles Saunders, good evening, Peter, and moderators and everyone. Peter was early today. Yeah, I've explained that one. The reason why I won't get into it again. Charles Saunders, good evening. Oh, have I just read that? Yeah, I was. Yeah. Right. Guilty traveller. Bolt driver in Chiang Mai said he was paying 45k plus a month and then got an electric car and he was spending 17,000 for the electric. That makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Body Liners is a series. I've never seen it myself. The one that's big at the moment is the White Lotus. The White Lotus is filmed on Koh Samui, and I was reading an article today that tourism. Sorry about this. This is pollen again. There was an article in the, I think it was a Bangkok Post today, saying that tourism on Koh Samui is up 80%, 87%, and even though it's not high season now, it's busier than even what high season would be. And the reason for that is because people are watching the White Lotus and they see all this beautiful island and they think, hell, we're going there, and they book it and they go, and they're doing very, very well apparently. Your jokes are the worst, Paul, honestly. Right, Mazza. I think reform might be our only hope in the UK in terms of politics. I tend to agree with you there, Mazza, but I don't really want to get into politics too much. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you want me to tell you there. Free Event 28, you said, advise on Thai living from an old white, advise on Thai living from. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, guys, on Facebook. You get them on here as well. I don't know if that's supposed to be a serious comment or somebody taking the mix, so we'll move on from that. Robin the Chosen One, Tonglo has a lot of bars, restaurants and clubs, but it's basically Western prices now. A lot of pretty local Thai women, but definitely a younger crowd. It's like Carlson Road. People say to me, do you still go down to Carlson Road? No, of course I don't. My daughters would love Carlson Road. It's all kids down there, isn't it? I went down there last year with Simon, my friend Simon. We had a couple of drinks in a bar. I couldn't stand it. It was so loud, the music. We couldn't even have a conversation. It was one of those places you're actually shouting, and to hear the person, you're actually, your ear is tingling because they're shouting in your ear. Okay, I'm not going to get into any more politics on here because I don't want to open it up. People get like fed up of it, hearing about it. Okay, Hilko Bosman, what and where do you order online? You can order lots of stuff here. You've got Lazada, you've got Shopee. I ordered a pizza today. I was working and I couldn't be bothered going out or making anything. It's an easy option, isn't it? I just went on to Grab. 20 minutes later, I had a pizza delivered. Went down and picked it up. You can order absolutely everything. I order cameras, cables. It all comes. And if it's not right or it's not as described, you can send it back. A friend of mine living here ordered a what do you call them? I've got one myself. What are those cookers called? God, what? It's completely gone. You know the one where they heat up with hot air. It's got a drawer. Not pressure cooker. What's it called? God. Anyway, somebody will tell me. What are they called? God, that's killing me now, guys. Don't even know the name of that cooker. I'm sure you know the one I mean. They've only been out a few years, but everybody's got them now. Air fryer. That's it. So he bought one online, and it said it was a Panasonic. Everything was labeled Panasonic. When it turned up in a Panasonic box. It had a Panasonic label on the front of the glass, but the instruction book was in Chinese, only Chinese, and it broke down after he used it once. And what this company were doing, they're selling these cheap Chinese air fryers, and they're just labeling them up as Panasonic, and they're not. But you can send them back, but unfortunately he'd used it once before it broke down. Martin Ryder, greeting to all the mongers. Guilty traveller, I truly almost died drinking the water in Cebu, thinking it was a very expensive resort, and they had extremely expensive water glasses in the toilet and no bottled water. Never again. Yeah, it's just not worth risking it, is it? I was lucky that nothing happened to me. Thank you for the couple of quid there, not a buffalo. Would be funny if everybody in stream gave £2. Okay, thank you. Mazza, I've never bought a water filter for under the sink here. Maybe you could look into one for Thailand, Peter. Mine is called Water 2 in, or you put, I've read it wrong. Let me do it again. I'll put it up on screen. He's like, I've just bought a water filter. Right. Okay. Yeah, they are good. Okay. Right. The reason I won't buy one is because I rent. Okay. And I don't want to install a water purification system in a property that doesn't belong to me. Somebody who I knew, I forget his name now, he lived out in the sticks. I was invited to his house and he had one installed, and yeah, you can drink, but then you've got the worry of the filters and everything, haven't you? You know, bottled water is so cheap. I get these, I get it delivered, you know, these really huge bottles, and I got a free pump with it as well. So I stand it on the end of a table, the pump goes in the top. When I want water, I just press the button, and it lasts me for over a week, you know, and I drink a lot, I cook sometimes with it. Yeah, they're pretty good. And I pay what you do is you buy 12 at a time, and you get tokens, and every time they deliver one, you give them a token back. You don't have to meet them, just keep it with a guard. And yeah, I mean, they cost me 800 baht for 12 of these big things, you know, and they last me 12 of them. It's going to last me 3 months, you know, so it's a good deal. Enrolo, how's it going, Peter? Hello from the US. Trump. Okay, politics again. Carl Jenner, hi Peter, you're looking well. Really enjoy your channel. Thank you, Carl. It's very kind of you to say so. Stephen James, okay, great pop. Okay, I'll put that, but I won't read it. Okay, Aussie Rose. Many digital nomads make mistake not contributing to their pension while in Thailand. Retirement comes before you know it. What's that? Clean my teeth tonight. I got a bit of volts or something on there. Yeah, I mean, it's true. When you're young, you don't really think about it, and like you say, it creeps up on you. Luckily, I was able to pay off. Frankel's just got his pension. He gets a maximum amount, and because I've paid in, it'll be £1,200 extra now. I'm only getting £20 a week less than him, so it's £80 a month. I mean, okay, £80 is still, what is that, 3,000 baht? If all you've got to live on is your pension, that 3,000 baht will go a long way, won't it? But you know, you can't, as they say, cry over spilt milk, but at least I've managed to mop some of the milk up and sponge it back into my pension bottle, if that's a good way of putting it. Hobson's Choice, beach town when you're older for sure, because you want to do that walk, won't you, every evening? You know, when it cools down, you want a bit of exercise. Right, the Weird World of Whitaker again. You're saying Udon Thani is good. Kanchanaburi and Nong Khai are my two favorite places in Thailand. So far, I don't need a beach. The only reason I say a beach, it's not because I want to sit on a beach all day. It's because they always have a nice stretch of walk, don't they? You look at Bang Saray, you look at Jomtien, you look at Chatham. The only one, funny enough, the only one that doesn't have a great stretch to walk on is Hua Hin. Not as far as I know. The beach isn't great in Hua Hin. I mean, it's a great town, but the beach kind of lets it down. A lot of stones on the beach and stuff, you know, and the best parts of the beach are normally where the 5-star hotels are. But Kanchanaburi is very nice. I've been there 3 times now, and I love the whole vibe of Kanchanaburi. It isn't a beach town, obviously, but the whole vibe there with the river, and it's very peaceful, surreal, and yeah, it's a nice town. I could see myself there as well. Hobson's Choice, love K, Konkan, and Udon Rochitani. Enrolo, what is your age, Peter? Well, I'm a very young 65 in April, believe it or not. 65, can't believe it. You know, when I was a kid, I've said this before, when I was growing up, when I was 12, 13, if you met a guy who was 61, 62, you know, you think, Christ, he's getting on a bit. When I was a kid, most guys died of old age between 61 and 65. You know, it was very rare. I never knew anybody who lived more than, say, 64. And people used to say, oh, he had a good innings. How old was he? He was 64. 64. He did well, didn't he, to live that long? Must have lived a healthy life. That's what, honestly, that's what people used to say. So if someone died at like 60, 61, when I was growing up, it was normal, you know. And here we are today. I know a guy, Martin. I don't know if he's in the stream. He said he might do. Martin, who's in Cambodia at the moment. The guy's 80, and he still goes out and has a game of darts, pool, has a few beers, and you know, I mean, if he's doing it at 80, there's no reason why I shouldn't do it, right? I hope to have another 20 years at least, and then it doesn't matter what happens to me then. Someone said to me here, what do you want to do to your body when you die, Peter? You know, how do you want to go? And I said, to be honest, it doesn't really matter because I'm dead. Pick me up and throw me in a skip at the back of the Terminal 21. It doesn't matter to me. I'm already dead. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Aussie Rose, yep, same with the English teacher, TEFL. I used to do that for a few years after finishing uni and then realised that I'd better start making contributions to qualify for the state pensions. Yeah, it's something you need to think about if you're not doing that. Leroy, electric buses are great, so quiet for sure. Yeah, electric's the way to go. The only reason I'm not really keen on electric is I've got this kind of paranoid thing about, running low on electric, and I can't find an electric, a place to plug it in, as it were. I'll know after this trip if I'm going to sell my car or not. I've got a little MGB, an MGB3 automatic. It's white. It's done 60,000 kilometers, got a parking camera, tinted windows, spent 20,000 on it 18 months ago when my daughters came over. Brand new tires, oil service, everything. Very, very clean car, inside and out. Very nice little car, mag wheels, everything. It's sitting in the car park downstairs. I used to use it, but since I've got my Honda ADV, it's great. I went to Kanchanaburi. I'm going to Patti tomorrow. I've got someone on the back with me. I've got a full top box as well. If that's successful, if that's a good trip, I think the car's going to go. It's just something I don't need. It only cost me, it's 1,900 baht a year to tax, and I pay 5,900 a year third party fire and theft insurance. So it doesn't cost me anything. To fill it up from empty is 1,500 baht, and it's a 1.5 automatic, so it lasts forever. There's nothing wrong with the car. I love it to bits, but it's just, if I'm not using it, what's the point? Let somebody else use it. Right, we've got to whiz through these now. Time's cracking on, guys. Yeah, I remind air fryer, not an air dryer. I'm sure that's a typo. Toby Price, Thais love the music 100%. We'll get into that in the members stream, okay? Give you an update. Solar Life again. Have a fantastic time in Pattaya, Peter. Hope you escape the smog. Apparently there is a storm coming in the north you're avoiding. Hope we meet you again next month. Yeah. It's something that concerns me at the moment, because I looked at the weather forecast and they said in Bangkok tomorrow, I was hoping to leave at 10, but they said there's an 80% chance of rain in the morning. So it does also say that the rain should be finished at 12. So even if I leave at 12, it's going to take me, with stops, are probably going to take me about 3.5 hours with stops. So what's that? 12, 1, 2, 3, as long as I'm there by, before 5 o'clock anyway. But I've got to take the bike down. I can't take the car because of doing the paperwork, as I say. The Watch Wally, you appear to be exhibiting symptoms of CRS. Can't remember shit. Okay, thank you. I love you too. Charles Saunders, that sounds like Timu with the Chinese air fryers. Okay, I don't know. He didn't tell me the name of it. Toby Price, I arrived in Angola yesterday. I've had the shits ever since. Thank you, Toby. I really wanted to know that. Robert the Chosen One, Maxwell, JP, what are you saying there? Put that up there. Wrestler, just in case some people here don't know, so odd when grown men impersonate people. Okay, not sure what that's about. And I'm not reading that one out. Paul, Big Time Adventures, what happened to Simon and Jim? Land of Smiles, missed their resort still open. We've discussed that quite a few times. Simon, I heard, isn't in the best of health. He went back to the UK during COVID. He was working apparently and had an accident. That's what I've heard. His channel was dormant for 4 years. He didn't upload for 4 years. Paul has joined it now. I don't know what he's going to do with it, but he's going to make it active again. He said he won't be reading stories. I did a video with Paul. I think it was last week I released it. It didn't get favorable comments, but, let's give the guy a chance, as I said. Hobson's Choice. Luckily, when I started working in a bank, the pension scheme was non-contributory. Then I changed jobs, 5 years health, permitting to get the full state pension. Good stuff. Martin Ryder, scattered in soy cow. The ashes scattered off the balcony in Nana Plaza. Paul says, will you be doing a live stream at 90, Peter? Can you imagine a live stream from a 90-year-old? Can you imagine the trolls? What a ball they would have. The armchair critics would be coming out the woodwork, wouldn't they? I get it now. I I get guys say things like, oh, an old guy who knows nothing. I've had guys say to me, I've had comments where guys have said, you don't know anything about Thailand. You just regurgitate other people's material. Just go away. Aussie Rose, no, you can't take any motorbike on a toll road. Doesn't matter if you've got a big pan-European or a 1400, you can't do it. If the sign is blue, that's a motorway that you cannot go on, okay? If the sign's green, you can go on those roads. It's like when I go down to Patti tomorrow. When I go in the car, I just go off at Soi 1, where you can get onto the highway, go all the way to Patti on that one road, stop at the services on just outside Bangkok. I don't know which way it's going to take me tomorrow, but I know I will be going through Bang Sarai. I've never been to Bang Sarai. Oh, well, I have. I've passed through it. But the road it takes me on, it is a motorway. It's just not the toll road motorway. Motorbikes aren't allowed on them, full stop. I think I've just about caught up with the comments now. Toby Price, my dad still plays guitar in Father Ted's. He's 75. Well done to him. Kelly Harnett, how you doing? Yes, your voice sounds different today. It is from the smog. Just arrived, so I will have to rewatch. Yeah. It is. I mean, even though I'm avoiding it, I have to go outside to get to the gym, which is only 20 meters away, but you do that every day, Solar Life. I love my electric car. Runs off solar setup. Great to know you aren't held hostage to fuel prices. Just hate the fact Musk makes the best ones. Yeah. Okay. Stephen James, the doors. No name says the trolls are jealous. Patti, I enjoy your interviews, vlogs, mate. For example, with One Stop, etc. Thank you. I like doing the interviews. They're quite interesting people, most of them. No name jealous. So I get a lot of that here of my retirement plans. Hobbs's Choice. Safe travels tomorrow, Peter. Thank you very much. Martin Ryder. Paul Hoskins. Where would you like to be scattered? Probably in the seediest. Paul would like to be scattered his ashes in the most seediest gentleman's club in the worst part of Patti, knowing Paul. Right, I think I'm going to make this the last one, guys, because I've got I've got to take 15 minutes, fill my water bottle, take a leak, and I'll be back for the member stream. Robin, the chosen one, Maxwell, Jacoby, Friedman, sure, but using a restless name. Okay, all right, so we'll skip that one. Glenn just got on. Glenn, you've just got on, and I'm about to say goodbye. I will be back in 15 minutes time for the member stream. I've got a good member stream for you tonight. I've got the Ladyboy, all brand new competitions, nothing secondhand now. I've got a brand new Manga Minute. I've got a brand new Ladyboy competition, a brand new Spot the Tiger. I've got some terrible jokes of the week for you. It's all happening in 15 minutes time right here on Thailand Bound. I hope you can join me. Okay, guys, to the moderators who were in tonight, Franco, I didn't see Chris in, but Franco, thank you. All the generous guys who gave me the super chats, thank you very much. If you're a member, I look forward to seeing you in 15 minutes. To everybody else, thanks for all your comments and joining me. I've enjoyed the stream tonight. I hope you have. Just a word of warning, because my microphone is very far away, you've probably got your volume up. When my outgoing music comes on, it's probably going to pop the paper out of your speaker, okay? So just have your finger on the volume. I'm going to say good night, and I hope to see you in the member stream in about 15 minutes. Thanks a lot, guys.